Welcome to a modern cattle operation, where care, efficiency, and animal well-being are at the heart of every routine. Here, calves aren't raised on open pastures, but in individual or group pens designed for close monitoring, structured feeding, and optimal health management. In the early weeks of life, calves rely entirely on milk. Feeding is done using bottle trailers or automatic systems that deliver warm milk in measured amounts several times a day. It's not just about nutrition, it's about consistency. Regular feeding times, proper milk temperature, and sanitation are all critical to preventing digestive issues and ensuring strong early growth. Inside each pen, calves have space to move, clean bedding to lie on, and access to fresh water and starter grain. These controlled environments reduce disease exposure while allowing ranchers and caretakers to track weight gain, observe behavior, and act quickly if any issues arise. In operations without pasture, cleanliness and organization are just as important as nutrition. Pens must be cleaned regularly, bedding replaced, and ventilation maintained to reduce stress and respiratory problems. Calves are especially vulnerable to changes in temperature and humidity, so maintaining a dry, draft-free environment is essential. As calves grow, they're gradually transitioned from a milk-based diet to solid feed. High-quality calf starter, hay, and clean water help develop the rumen, a crucial step toward weaning. All of this is done under close supervision, with health checks, vaccinations, and hygiene protocols built into the daily routine. This structured approach allows ranchers to scale their operations, manage health risks more effectively, and ensure that each calf receives the attention it needs to thrive. Behind every pen, every bottle, and every branding iron is a team of people who care deeply about the animals they raise. They know that even without open pasture, calves can grow strong, healthy, and well-adjusted when they're raised in a clean, attentive, and properly managed environment. Identification is also a vital part of cattle management, and one of the most reliable methods used across the industry is freeze branding. Unlike hot branding, which uses heat to scar the hide, freeze branding uses extreme cold to change the hair's pigment. The result is a permanent white mark that's visible on darker coats, ideal for breeds like Angus or Charolais cross calves. The process begins with special branding irons made of copper, or a copper alloy. These irons are chilled in a bath of 99% alcohol and dry ice for 15 to 30 minutes. The solution reaches extremely cold temperatures, cold enough to kill the pigment-producing cells in the hair follicles, without damaging the underlying skin. Each cow is gently held, the area to be branded is shaved, brushed, and sprayed with alcohol to increase contact. A cold iron is then pressed firmly against the skin for about 45 to 60 seconds, depending on the age and coat color of the animal. For younger, darker-haired calves, the average time is about 50 seconds. There's no open wound, no bleeding, and minimal discomfort. Over the next few weeks, the branded hair falls out and regrows white, leaving behind a clear, readable mark that lasts a lifetime. It's a safer, more humane option that protects the animal's hide value while making herd identification easy from a distance. In a high-capacity meat processing facility, the slaughter of mature cows is carried out with precision, safety, and efficiency. After stunning and bleeding, each carcass is moved along an overhead conveyor into the splitting station, where heavy-duty tools take over. One of the most essential machines here is the Jarvis Buster carcass splitting bandsaw, widely trusted in the global meat industry. This pneumatically or electrically powered saw is built for strength and speed. Models like the Buster IV and Buster V are ideal for splitting large cattle, bulls, and even oxen, capable of processing up to 180 carcasses per hour. The saw's dual anti-tie-down triggers and fully enclosed motor housing make it both safe and sanitary. As the carcass moves into position, the operator guides the bandsaw with remarkable control. The blade cuts cleanly through the spine, ensuring a symmetrical split with minimal effort. Hygiene is a top priority. Stainless steel construction, oil bath lubrication, and built-in wash systems allow for quick sanitation between uses. Alongside the saws, workers may use pneumatically powered dehyder tools, handheld devices designed to cleanly remove the cowhide without damaging the underlying tissue. These compact, air-driven tools oscillate at high speed, making the hide removal process fast, smooth, and accurate. Every step of this process, from hide removal to carcass splitting, is designed for efficiency, worker safety, and meat quality. It's a striking example of how modern equipment transforms a traditional process into a streamlined, high-output operation, meeting the rigorous demands of today's meat production industry. The journey of transforming raw cowhide into high-quality leather begins with salted hides. These hides are preserved with salt to prevent decomposition before processing. Next is soaking and liming, where the hides are soaked in water to remove dirt and salt, followed by lime treatment to loosen hair and proteins. This prepares them for flesh removal, where any remaining flesh and fat are scraped off. Afterward, the hides go through trimming to remove uneven edges and imperfections. Then comes splitting, where the hide is divided horizontally. The upper layer becomes top-grain leather, known for its strength and durability. The next critical step is tanning, which stabilizes the proteins in the hide to prevent decomposition. Tanned hides become either wet blue, using chrome tanning, or wet white, using alternative tanning agents. Following tanning, excess moisture is removed in the squeeze-out process. The hides are then adjusted to a thickness of around 0.2 of a millimeter, and a thickness control measurement ensures consistency. Quality control is conducted to inspect defects and uniformity. Then the hides are hung to dry, preparing them for further processing. The leather undergoes retanning, dyeing, and fat liquoring, a process that adds color, softness, and flexibility. Water is extracted, and the grain is smoothed to prepare for drying. Vacuum drying on heated plates removes remaining moisture, followed by frame drying to maintain shape, and finally, a trip through the drying tunnel for complete moisture elimination. To achieve the perfect appearance, technicians perform color matching and mixing. Then comes coloring and finishing, where surface treatments are applied for durability and aesthetics. The leather passes through an embossing machine, where a leather embossing roll imprints textures or patterns. It is then ironed and pressed to make it shinier and smoother. A final step in the drum softens the leather, enhancing its flexibility. It undergoes another round of quality control in the laboratory before measuring its size and packing it for shipment.